Hello, my vivacious, vigilant Virgos. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of March. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And Virgo, of course, whichever video gets the most likes, not only comes in first for next month's YouTube series, but also gets a bonus twin flame reading. So, yeah. All right, this is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. Honestly, Virgo, it was crazy. It was one of the longest cleansing ceremonies that I have done. So many downloads were coming to me about work, about like your relationship life. So it seems like there's a lot going on, but your crown chakra is upgrading in a way where you're getting really inner clarity through some sort of external information that's coming to you. There could be a lot moving when it comes to like your work situation or like creative ideas. It just feels like you're giving creative ideas left and right. But this is what came out. We had the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like your relationship with money has shifted. You've kind of really understood, like, well, I can't take it with me sort of thing. Like, you know, you can't take your material possessions to the grave. So because of that, what are you really trying to do in order to have a fulfilling life? Because it is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it did feel like a relationship has ended with someone physically. Like a breakup or some sort of separation. And with the Page of Wands, someone is definitely like protecting themselves. Like also my protection like thing took forever. And the Page of Wands is an Ichiri, which in this is a Native American like spirit that comes to steal children, well, kill children. Virgo. And which, you know, I take as the inner child, right? There's something that was very destructive and, you know, scary for the inner child, but the townspeople would tie red ribbon around the neck in order, like kids' necks, in order to be protected. And, you know, there are ways to like keep them out. So you'd have to do certain things. And it feels like that's kind of how it was. Like there was some sort of physical ending and someone is really protecting themselves against the other person. Okay, might actually be doing some sort of spell or ritual in order to keep boundaries, because the Page of Wands for me is a boundary card in this deck. We had, oh, I need some water. We had Shiftry using roll up, which is telling me that some darkness has rolled back up. And it's like, again, this thing trying to hurt your inner child is back. And you have to do things in order to protect it. So yeah, darkness has rolled up. We have Meowth using Fury Swipes, which was telling me that there was some sort of conversation that happened where it was like catty. Both people got hurt, just kind of scratching one another, you know. And then Phantom, Spooky Shot. This could have been some sort of psychic connection. But again, it does feel like there's some sort of psychic energy being pushed. And again, it's like, you know, the inner child is afraid by what the other person's energy is coming off. Like the inner child is just like, I'm unsafe. So, you know, you have to put boundaries around that. But whatever it is, we have Spirit Tomb using damage play. So this is some really, you know, like dark stuff, another dark type coming out. Like this has caused a lot of damage. And with Trainer, Super Roderick, Trainer's the other person, this has affected the other person very, very deeply. Very deeply. There's a lot of hurt here, is what I'm getting. Definitely from them. We'll see about you. But Virgo, whew, this is what we're doing for this month. We are going to be taking a look at what emotional depths are you in, right? Because that is all about, I was getting some like downloads about the Virgo full moon that we had. I hope that that was a pleasant and powerful experience for you for sure. But anyway, this month we are going to take a look into what are in your emotional depths. Then we're going to take a look into, right, because the emotional depths is like that Piscean, dark, deep, abysmal type water. And then we're going to see why you are stuck down there, what is, you know, blocking you. Then we're going to take a look into how do we bring you to shore. That is the grounding and physical elements necessary. And then how to dry yourself off. That is the air and mental energy necessary. Because, you know, we have Aries season right around the corner, and we need to make sure we get out of the water, dry off, ground, in order to, you know, be prepared for that spark of Aries season. My Moonology card is barking at me. And then, of course, we'll also take a look at some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. But anyway, sorry it took me forever to get that out. These moon cards were like, pick one of us. So, yeah, because we did have that. Yeah, take time to breathe out. Take time to breathe out. This is definitely a time where you need to, you know, relax. And Virgo, if you were getting anxious by what was coming up in the cleansing ceremony, just pause and take a little breather. This is a time to breathe out here because emotions are running high. And I totally understand why after what I picked up on in the cleansing ceremony. But the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. So please take, you know, just a little break right now to calm your nervous system for whatever messages are, you know, to come for you. And, you know, anytime you can stop and take a breather, okay? I don't know why Spirit really needed that message to come out for you guys, but it's there. All right, let's take a look. Let's put these up here. Okay, no, let's keep them here. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's see. What emotional depths are you in? That was quick. 3 of Wands in reverse. So someone did not follow through on some sort of deal. Like they made the wrong decision is what I'm hearing. This could have been about some sort of third-party situation or 2 other people involved. Excuse me. Yeah, the 3 of Wands. This is a story about a guy. He meets this, like, person that he makes a deal with that's like, hey, if you, you know, do this and this and this, like, you'll get the treasure or whatever. They make a deal. The old man, like, ends up dying, but he was really just a magician. And he comes back later and tries to see if the guy is going to do, you know, whatever, sends him on this quest. Anyway, so he goes on this quest. He meets his beloved on the way. And yeah, so he was set on this task. Yeah. And then so he goes back and the guy says like, oh, good job. You did this. Like now you get the treasure of riches. But like I get half, but I also get half of your wife. And instead he gives the person all of his riches and he keeps his wife, or his true love. And then the guy was like, oh, surprise, it's me. And you did the right thing. You get all the riches and your true love. You know, so this is a story about going through trials and tribulations, but still making the correct choice. And this is telling me that someone has not done that. It might not be you that made the wrong choice, but someone did something bad. We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a cycle that you are done with. It's like, you know, physically, I mean, we saw that there's some sort of physical ending, you know, the 7 of Pentacles, which seems like, you know, that's in partnership. And then the 8 is like, yeah, it's no longer happening. It's no longer happening because someone didn't do the right thing. It's like they chose, you know, it could have been they chose money because the 8 of, I mean, Pentacles again, like having to do, like someone chose physically something else other than true love and, you know, didn't make the right choice. And you're like, all right, I'm breaking this cycle. What's the light energy? Apom using tail jab. Yeah, and the thing is, it's the past still hurts is what I'm hearing. That's like the emotional depths you're in. It's like, yeah, you know, and the thing is maybe choosing someone who wouldn't choose you over doing the right thing, you know what I mean? That also is a reflection on you. And it feels like that's kind of how your understanding is like, wow, they did me so wrong by not, you know, making the right choice, you know, doing right by me, but also like, who am I to do right by someone who doesn't do right by me? You know what I mean? So it just feels like even though you have decided to physically end this cycle, this could be someone who does a lot of traveling. Like this is a traveling gnome type energy. The past is just hurting. The past is just hurting. Yeah. And again, look how there is, you know, 3 people here. So again, there is emphasis on like 3 people being involved. This could maybe be a polyamorous relationship. But yeah, there are 3 people that are heavily influenced in this cycle. It says its tail is so powerful that it can use it to grab a tree branch and hold itself up in the air. Yeah, when it grabs and holds itself up in the air on a tree branch, that's like the hanged man energy for me. So it does look like, you know, you're at a hanged man situation, which is you recognize that, hey, you know, no paths are coming from this. I cannot continue on this path. I need to take a completely new approach and just let it be done. Let's see what's the shadow here. Joltic attached, but your solar plexus is still attached to the situation is the issue. Yeah. So, you know, your solar plexus is your sense of self. So this could be, you know, 2 people where you relate to them, like how you relate to yourself is in respect to relation to them. You know, like I'm this person's, you know, like I'm my father's daughter and my mother's daughter. I'm this person's friend and this person's friend. I'm this person's, you know, lover and this person's lover. That sort of situation where the way you are defining yourself is just very focused on the other rather than the self. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it does look like you're done. It is a done situation, but your solar plexus is still defined by what has happened here. It says they attach themselves to large-bodied Pokemon and absorb static electricity, which they store in an electric pouch. So this could have been a situation where, again, it's like the ego, right? The sense of self was just absorbed, and that can happen in relationships when you lose your sense of self and you're just all about them, right? Then they just get filled up like, oh, I'm the best person that there is. And then, you know, even after a separation, they can kind of live off that energy. Like, yeah, I am this way, until they realize like, oh, well, I was only, you know, the king of the world, the queen of the world, because someone was giving that to me. And now I don't feel that way, you know? But yeah, so it looks like it is going both ways. Let's see what's keeping you stuck. What's keeping you down there? 3 of Swords. Yeah, the heartbreak. The heartbreak. Yeah, there's a lot of sadness here. There's a lot of sadness. Knight of Swords and the Hermit. Yeah. So with the Knight of Swords, I mean, this is heartbreak. It seems like you understand that it's over, but it's just really hurting your feelings. Again, there is an emphasis on the number 3 here. And this hurts the heart as well as it hurts the throat. And as you can see, the crown chakra. So this has, you know, hurt the downloads that you're coming in, the external, you know, validation that you receive from the world, or just the data from the rest of the world, right? This is hurting your throat chakra. So likely, you know, the throat chakra is out of control, or you can't speak your truth. Although it did feel like you are recognizing what is your truth so that you can speak it, if that makes sense. And then, of course, the heart chakra. With the Knight of Swords, it's because communication is not moving forward. There could be, like, no communication at all. It just seems like there's no real movement forward in terms of finding some sort of mental solution or figuring out the words to say that it is going to, like, move you past this heartbreak. And with the Hermit in reverse, that's you, Virgo, in reverse. It's just, you know, your energy isn't the best right now. You don't feel very grounded. And whenever the Hermit comes out in reverse, I always take it as some shadow work that is being put off, that is, you know, being like refused to get done. So you could be refusing your shadow work on this. which is understood. Like, you know, that's, we'll get there. All right, let's see. What's the light energy? I was going to say, you know, I know I'm being so long-winded with you, Virgo, but part of the shadow work is to not sit in the sadness, is to find the root cause, you know, and that's why you can't seem to, you know, move on from this or find a different way to think about this. It's because you aren't going to the source of the actual pain. Nose pass using stiffen. Yeah. You know, I always take that as like putting your nose up. Like, no, like I'm too good for that. I'm, you know, fine. It's this person who hurt me, you know, but that's it. It's just like, yeah, they hurt me. They did that sort of thing. It says its magnetic nose consistently faces north. Travelers check nose pass to get their bearings. Yeah, so it seems like your solar plexus has stiffened, or not solar plexus, your sacral, and that's why there's still this attachment here. So, you know, this is how you sensually and creatively connect to others. I'm sorry, emotionally connect, but yes, also your creative ability. So, yeah, it's like, you know, always pointing north. So that does tell me that you are trying to focus on your north node, but sometimes you can't continue on the northern path until you do your shadow work so you can actually move forward, right? This seems to be a time where you go into more of your Chiron journey rather than your ascension journey. So, yeah. Someone thinks they're like too good for their shadow work. What's the shadow? Yeah. It could be this other person. Honestly, Virgo. There could be a lot of cross watchers, which is why I'm feeling it go both ways. Because double colorless energy in reverse is telling me, you know, a soulmate relationship that has been drained. Like, you know, it's over. And that's kind of part of why this relationship ended. Give me one more, please. Yeah, let's see. Definitely some sort of balance, and it has to do with this attachment. Yeah, Skitty using tail smack. So part of it is that, you know, things that are hurting you from the past. Again, we have tail jab, tail smack. Tails are always things from the past. Like, you have your past that is hurting you, and that's the thing. That's what, you know, is keeping you down, is your past hurt, this past heartbreak that you're just in and that you're not doing your shadow work about. It says, it shows its cute side by chasing its own tail until it gets dizzy. Yeah, you can just keep repeating, you know, the hurts of the past as long as you want. Eventually you will tire out, and, you know, you either choose to do your shadow work and go in like a warrior, or you put it off and until you get so exhausted and tired that the universe, boom, tower moment. Well, now you have a crisis and a breakdown and things like that. So it's really up to you. You do have free will. And we are going to head into the extended. I'm going to bring an angel out because we definitely need some light here. But, Virgo, if you are interested, the link is in the description box below for the extended. I do also want to mention that I am closing my books for tarot after Pisces season is over. So if you're interested, excuse me, in a private read, now would be the time to book it, because I won't open my books again for tarot services until Gemini season. So about 2 months. And I'm going to be focusing more on astrology and some other creative projects. So stay tuned. But let's see what angel wants to bring us into the extended. And yeah, in the extended, again, we're going to check to see, you know, what we can do to ground you, you know, the physical element that you need to come to shore. We will look at how to dry you off. That's the mental element. And then we will look at some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. So sensitivity, Archangel Haniel. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Yeah, the angels are coming in. Like, I see that there is so much pain here, Virgo. There really is. But the thing is, it's all in your past. And the point is to try to move through it like a warrior rather than waiting for some sort of divine intervention. That being said, the angels are even more impressing to me that I do understand that you are sensitive. You know, emotions are running at a high. If you need a break, take a breather. If you aren't ready to dive deeper into this energy, you know, that's okay. Okay? Like, understand your sensitivity and honor that. Honor yourself and your feelings. Okay? But if you would like to follow me into the extended, like I said, the link is in the description box below. But if we part ways here, I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.